Hello everyone, and thanks for watching. This is Hadrian. It is November 24th, 2015, and let's look ahead and talk about what's coming soon. So this is the first ever look ahead video that I've recorded for the channel. What I want to do with these, and this one is a little bit early, I want to do them around the first of every month. What I want to do is update you regularly on not only what my plans are and my vision is for the current series that I'm running, but also what my plans are for the series that I have coming up, and give you guys an opportunity to let me know what you might want to see regularly. Of course, you can leave comments anywhere, but I thought if I did videos where it's all about what's coming next, that would definitely give everyone a place to really come and discuss what they want to see from the channel, for those of you who have been following along. So that's the idea. The very first thing that I want to say, before I say anything else, is thank you. I have had so many great comments and support and encouragement, so much support over the past couple of weeks. It's been phenomenal. Whether you are a subscriber, you've been following the videos, either the Roman Ascension or the Planet Base or the Long Dark series, or if you are Psycho Robot Studios and you've given me a demo of your game to do a brief demonstration of. If you are a developer from Hinterland Studios who has been passively following along, because there are a couple of you, with the Against All Odds series. Regardless, all of these things have made me feel really good, and I appreciate your patronage. I appreciate you being here, watching, commenting, and letting me know what you think. Thank you for being here. So, status of the current series. I'm going to try and go through these words pretty quickly. We have the Roman Ascension series in the Grand Strategy, Historical Strategy slot at 12. And for those of you who don't know, Roman Ascension and the channel started as a hobby. I had no intention when I uploaded maybe the first 100 episodes or so of Roman Ascension of really bringing it to a wider audience. So, I've learned a lot. There is a lot that I want to do differently the next time I do a Rome 2 or a Attila Total War campaign. And I hope you will continue to enjoy Roman Ascension as we come towards the end of it. I imagine there are about 50 more episodes to go. I've made some changes in the last couple of episodes. For those of you who've been watching, you might have seen already. To the flow of the campaign, because I have finally realized that goal we had at the beginning of fighting every single battle just probably ended up being more repetitive than interesting. Even though you want to see every battle, there was just so many battles that ended up looking similar. I've decided to institute some rules as far as which battles I fight, which ones I don't. So Roman Ascension will probably go about another 50 episodes, and then we'll go forward with another series there, which I'll talk about in a moment. The other series we're running right now is Against All Odds with the Long Dark, and I have been enjoying this series immensely. The Long Dark is one of my favorite games from the past couple of years. It's also one of the most well-developed games I have ever played, and most attentively developed games. And that is saying a lot, because I have been involved in some communities over the past, God, it's been a long time, but like 15 years now of my life, where you've just seen so many good developers and so much engagement. But these guys at Hinterland, they know what they're doing, and it's fantastic. And the game itself, the series itself, rather, I will probably see that through until my character dies. So I have no problem with becoming a marathon run. The beauty of the Long Dark is that the longer the series goes, the more interesting it gets. Because you're just like, okay, how much farther can he push it? You're constantly running lower and lower on discoverable supplies. Running into animals everywhere, wolves and bears, and it's just crazy, how far you can take it and how far you can push yourself in that game to survive. It's the first time I've played on Stalker in a long time as well. The original game was very much always at Stalker difficulty. But anyway, I'm greatly enjoying that series, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy it as well. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see from the future of that, but it's going to be continuing for quite a while, I would imagine. So that's what's going on with the current series. As far as what could replace those series in their time slots, the 12 p.m. slot, I'm thinking either Europa Universalis Rome or Total War Attila for the next game. Now, a couple things about that. I am a little bit hesitant to follow a Total War campaign with another Total War campaign, even if it's a different game. I am excited to start over and to, again, institute, a more structured type of video, because one of the things I've learned from playing Roman Ascension is that, you really need to have kind of a sense of direction every single video, and you need to make sure that you have established what you're going for in each phase of the campaign. And I really am looking forward to an Eastern Roman Empire campaign, because I haven't played them as much as I have Western Rome and Total War Attila, where I kind of do some unique historical twists. And I won't spoil it any more than that, but I'm going to use some of my favorite mods in Total War Attila as well to make that happen. So I'm excited about that. The alternative is, of course, Europa Universalis Rome, which I mentioned, and that's what I'm thinking about the most for the Grand Strategy slot. I need to play it a little bit more to get ready, but it would be engaging in a different way from Roman Ascension, and just it would be a different way of watching Rome take shape, and I really am excited about that possibility. Then there's this other option. Speaking of Europa Universalis, there's Europa Universalis 4, or Crusader Kings 2. The Let's Players on YouTube that do these games already are some of my inspiration for starting this channel. So the thought is obviously in the back of my mind of doing one of these games. But here's the thing. Number one, I'm not very good at either of them. I'm pretty good at Crusader Kings 2 at this point. I have to play Europa Universalis 4 more before I do a Let's Play. But here's the other thing. As I just mentioned, there are some really good, really talented, really entertaining Let's Players that have already produced like thousands of hours of content in those games. And I'm just not convinced that I could bring anything to the table that would be incredibly different from anything that's already out there and that you could go and watch right now. Series that are already completely laid out for you to just watch end to end whenever you want. So that's just me. If you guys feel differently and you feel like, man, Hadrian, you would be really good at a EU4 campaign or CK2 campaign, I want to see how you would handle it, by all means, let me know. Right now, my current feeling is that what we'll do is that when Paradox releases a new game like Stellaris, or a new game in the EU series, a new game in the CK series, then I will hit the races with everybody at the same time and make content for that game as it comes out. So I definitely have that in mind for the future. Whether I will do it for EU4 or CK2, we'll see. But that would definitely fit into the 12 p.m. slot if I do it. The 6 p.m. slot, which is the off-genre slot, as I like to call it, that's where I do sci-fi, survival, and just other kind of fun things that I feel like testing out. Also, just civ building, world building, city building type games. So I'm thinking to replace the Long Dark when it does end, the Against All Odds campaign, I will do This War of Mine, which is a very gritty group survival game where you are civilians in a war zone and you're trying to survive through the war. It's very intense, it's very realistic, it's got a strong narrative, you feel it when party members die, and they do, unless you're very lucky. It's just a very sobering experience, and I think politically it's important right now, given everything that's happening in the world. So This War of Mine I'm very strongly leaning toward for my next Let's Play. Another one that I really want to play, I just might not play it immediately, is Subnautica. The reason I might not play it immediately is it's similar to the Long Dark in that there will be permadeath, but Subnautica is very different. It's science fiction, and so there are monsters, and it's all underwater, so you're diving. It's really cool, and you can build underwater bases. It's a great game. I love it. I will do a Let's Play, just maybe not right away. Banished, I mentioned while playing Planet Base. I will definitely play some Banished. I love Banished. It's a colonial era city builder where you have to fight against the elements, make sure you have enough food, you can survive the winter, you have enough clothing, stuff like that. So it's almost like Long Dark, except you can build villages and you're overseeing an entire village instead of just one person. And you go through all the seasons. It's not just winter. So it's got some similar survival type elements. And it's like Planet Base in that you're building a base, so it's a city, not a base. And on that note, I do want to return to Planet Base at some point. Planet Base, the Mars 1 colony series did not go well. I did not like that ending after 14 episodes. There were just components of the game, and this is not a complaint, this is just a personal bias because of games like Banished that I've played, and just others. I feel like some of the mechanics in Planet-Based are not very intuitive. You can learn them, and many members of the community, in response to some of my posts, have pointed out that it just works differently than I expect, but it feels counterintuitive to me. Like the rate at which biologists repair the plant pods, stuff like that. I don't know. It's not quite right to me, so it doesn't work the way I expect. Once I learn it and figure out how to kind of make it work, I expect I will go back and do a Mars 2 colony series in Planet-Based. That'll be fun. So also, I have a break coming up. So those are not just my only options for potential new series. I want to record a third series towards the end of this year when I have more spare time and do a bonus time slot for at least a little while. That'll probably be City Skylines, Life is Strange, Political Machine 2016, or possibly the Universim, which the Universim is a early development title that I have access to. So, but I do have permission from the developer to let's play it. So I could do it. I might wait a little bit longer just so that there's more content to show there. But again, City Skylines, Life is Strange, Political Machine 2016, or the Universim. That's what I'm thinking. And that's overall my thoughts for potential next series. So before I wrap up, I want to talk also about my goals for the channel going forward and what you guys can expect to see from the channel going forward. I just want to make more and more content for you guys. That's my number one goal right now, is just to establish a regular schedule that you can count on. You can say, okay, it's 12 or it's 6. Hadrian's got a new episode out. Let me see if he's got a new series or what's going on in the latest episode of the series I've been watching. Whatever it is, I want to continue to make more series with more games that fit within the niche that I've set up, and I will continue to do my best there. So if you have any feedback on how that's going, let me know. Secondly, to adding more and more content is just more and more subscribers. Of course, that's like my number 2 goal below content. I'm just going to continue to try and appeal to as many folks as I can through the channels I've already got. If you guys don't mind putting the word out, that's appreciated as well, and I'll get to that in just a moment because there's another goal that relates to help that I can get from the people that are watching. But if you have friends or if you have communities that you feel like would enjoy the content of the channel, by all means, put it out there. I would greatly appreciate it, and more people viewing means more people participating and more people to comment and talk with, which is always fun. So on that note, more and more engaging content. That's a huge goal of mine. I want to continue to make videos more interesting. I want to make sure that each video has a goal. Now, there's not going to be a golden, like, hard and fast rule where I like set an objective for every single video every time, but I want there to be a general spirit and feeling of this is what's happening in this video. This is what we're going to be going for now. And then also, I just want to have, campaigns like Total War just feel more structured, not just episode by episode, but overall, like I want you to have a feeling of what I'm moving towards in a campaign, just to make things as engaging as possible. And also, I'll continue to improve my narration and how I actually play the games. I think that always helps. So more engaging content is a huge goal of mine. And finally, and this I mentioned I would go back to things that subscribers can help with, more awareness of the channel. Now, I have tried to do my part where I've gone out to communities and said, hey, I've got this Let's Play series going, and I've tried to get involved in various communities and start posting as much as I can. And I will continue to do that. What I ask from anyone watching this who is enjoying the channel is just to know I'm a grad student. I don't have a ton of spare time. I'm not saying that the other Let's Players who do really well have a ton of spare time either. This is just my particular situation. I use a lot of my spare time to make sure the channel itself is running, and I find that it's difficult to really, really get quickly involved. I will get more involved over time in these communities. It's just going to be slow going. So anything that you guys can do as far as putting the word out and saying, hey, there's this channel that has this content of this game that we're all playing, and I think you guys would like it, that would be appreciated. Only, of course, if you want to. If that's something that you're genuinely motivated to do, I would appreciate feedback. So that's it for channel goals and potential next series, current series, and so forth. If there's anything you would like to see from the next look ahead video, if you feel like there's something I could have covered here that you were expecting to hear about but didn't, let me know, and I'll keep that in mind for when I do the New Year's update. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys very much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.